this is Jen from Windrose Fiber Studio. Today I'm going to be sharing my yarn and wool finds from West Virginia. The yarn store I discovered on this trip was a little shop called Yarnability. Inside I found a lovely curated selection of some of my favorite brands. The first thing that caught my eye was this jewel spun air and weight yarn by Sirdar. I feel like it's been a while since I've run across this brand. This 200-gram ball has about 500 meters or 546 yards, and it was really hard to choose a colorway. There were so many pretty ones to choose from. I ended up going with Sunstone Amber. This yarn is 100% acrylic, but the feel is very wool-like. It's so nice to the touch. It even has a little halo to it. I love it when yarn comes in a really large ball or hank because I can pick up just a couple and I have enough yardage for a whole project. Each ball was just under $16 and I'm leaving links to the products below. Lately, I've really been on the lookout for textured yarns, so I was really happy when I found this yarn called Goosebumps by Great Adirondack Yarn Company. Unfortunately, I cannot find this yarn for sale anywhere on the internet, so let me know if you find it. That being said, their website is really full of lush, colorful novelty yarns, so if you love color and texture, I really recommend you checking out the website that I have linked below. This is a lightweight yarn. I'd say with the boucle, it takes it closer to a DK, like a 2 in weight. The content is 20% silk, 47% kid mohair, 20% wool, and 3% nylon. This colorway is called Watermelon Wanda, a sassy name for this 186-yard skein of beautiful boucle. Now let's shift from those saturated colors to these softer ones. This is Bamboo Bloom Hand Paints by Universal Yarn. This is a bulky weight, thick and thin yarn. It comes in a 3.5 ounce or 100 gram skein. Each skein has 154 yards or 140 meters. The fiber content is 48% rayon from bamboo, 44% wool, and 8% acrylic. This colorway is called Arigato, but there are many more to choose from. It was so nice to find a yarn shop featuring such a wide variety of yarn, from colors to textures to content. Before I left Yarnability, I asked if there was anywhere close where I could buy some wool. She sent me over to Bridget's farm cart. I received a warm greeting from Bridget, the owner. She invited me into the wool mill and showed me her equipment. From there, we headed into her studio and she began to show me different fleeces, but I told her I was really interested in buying some wool from her own flock. She seemed pleased, and this is when she showed me this beautiful white cormo from her sheep Poe. Cormo is a fine wool and it typically has a staple length up to 3.5 inches, although I found the staple length on this particular wool bat to be a bit shorter. I paid just under $20 for 3.5 ounces. The fiber diameter is 17 to 23 microns, so definitely a fine fiber. It's going to be really lovely to work with. There's a little vegetable matter, or VM as we call it, but that's how you know it's the real thing. Let me quickly show you this Wensleydale. The sheep here are named Connor and Nellie. I love Wensleydale. It's very mohair-like. It's got a long staple length and a really nice luster. For 5.3 ounces, I paid $19.60. The micron count is typically in the low 30s, yet it's still very, very soft. I love the salt and pepper look of these two sheep's fleeces blended together. I think it's going to spin up really pretty. If you like what you see, I have linked Bridget's Etsy shop in the description below, so you too can go shopping at her farm cart. It was really fun to get out, explore a farm, and see a new yarn shop. My husband calls it my yarn tourism. I do love supporting small farms and small businesses. I used to have the fantasy of owning my own yarn shop. My focus has since shifted, but I still think owners of yarn shops are living the dream. I'll be back next week with a crochet tutorial. will be making my pattern for the falling leaves mandala. We'll be attaching it to a frame so you can use it as a wall hanging. It would also make a pretty autumn decoration for your front door. Until then, please hit like and subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss that tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.